Chase Brown to the moon with Zach Moss out indefinitely. Zach Moss out indefinitely makes this man not just a spaceman, maybe not even a moon man, maybe a Mars man going forward equivalent. CMC's back. Do we buy? Do we sell? Do we panic? Do we avoid? We're going to talk about Christian McCaffrey, what to expect. And Garendo and our boy Jordan Mason are not something you neglect in terms of a strategy right now. I'm going to tell you that right now because this is full circle. Pre-week one, Garendo and Mason might win you a league. And what have they done thus far? Put you in great positioning to win your league. We're full circle back to these guys being cut, and now they are potentially the sleeping giant duo that they were preseason. Full circle, DK Metcalf, Drake London, Dak Prescott, more CeeDee Lamb conversation. CeeDee Lamb's in the panic chamber, that is for sure. Go watch the full episode on the panic chamber, CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott, but we'll talk about it here as well, that we are closing the door on them. We might buy CeeDee Lamb in the right light. We might get rid of him at the right cost in an exchange, but we also need to hold in certain situations. We'll talk about all those different angles and vantage points you bring to the table on a CeeDee Lamb Dak Prescott situation. But yeah, they're in the panic chamber. The doors do close.
You are in
the Fantasy Football Show begins right now. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios.
It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live!
Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
From the FantasyFootballShow.com news desk, here is your breaking news.
Right here, we got a $50 hauler gets immediate attention. 20s get immediate attention. 50s get immediate attention. Bro, I'm 7-2. Yes! I got H-Chan and Cup for CMC and Jaden Reed. H-Chan and Cup for CMC and Jaden Reed. I don't like it. I love it.
Let him cook.
Love it. Smash of a trade, Williams. Smash of a trade. Appreciate your super chat. I've got a few others here I'm going to get to in a second. Let's get this news hammered out. We got the hires for tonight's game. Underdog Fantasy. Go to Underdog, promo code Smitty. Okay, you want to play a little high or low? Here's the link. Code Smitty gets it done. The link's in the description of the video if you're watching the replay. But Code Smitty gets you a 50% match on your first deposit, all the way up to $1,000. The minimum's only $10. They'll give you $5. $100, they'll give you $50. $2,000, they'll give you $1,000. All the way up to $1,000 if you want to play Underdog and hit the hires on your boys' calls here. I feel like Bucky Irving, tough defense. Casey's really good against the run, but Bucky Irving, 33 yards. I feel like that's pretty good. Kareem Hunt, 63.5. I also love the tutty, but I love this 63.5. And then Xavier Worthy, 46.5 total yards. I think he could get one handoff for like 15 yards, and then all of a sudden you're ahead of the game there. I like that a lot. There's also, I think, a 40 even-ish number for him on just the receiving. So if you add the 6 or 7 yards, you get that rushing with it. I took that. So this is what I'm rolling with today. I think there's a lot of other potential, things we could toss up on here. I think this is the tutty, I believe. So yeah, it's 0.82 times multiplier, which is why I went with the yardage to get the full multiplier instead of having it 0.82 times. So one touchdown for Hunt seems very likely, though. It's a really good one. Dak Prescott to miss multiple weeks. We just talked about CeeDee Lamb, panic chamber. Totally.
You are in the panic chamber.
In the panic chamber, doors closed.
You are in the panic chamber.
No doubt about it. We'll go watch that episode. We break it all down. But in a nutshell, buy him low using combinations of players on the bench. Let's say you got Swift and Reed. Let's say you've got JK and Reed. You've got players that have been doing well that you can afford to consolidate into one, and Panic Peters will do it. if a Panic Peter has 2 or 3 wins with CeeDee Lamb, with the threat of maybe lamb chops, here's, let me get all this other news out of the way. We got the Dak Prescott out multiple weeks. Okay, Dak is out multiple weeks. Could he be placed on injury reserve? If he is, then he's out for 4 weeks. Okay, so Dak Prescott may be going to injury reserve. We'll have more on that. But CeeDee Lamb, very good chance to play Sunday. You never like to hear that. That's like when I said on the last show, and Dad said, when I get home from work, we'll play ball. Maybe get an ice cream. Never happens. Okay, whenever someone says likely, good chance to get ice cream, good chance to play on Sunday, it's definitely a scary thing. So his owners are going to freak out. If they've got 2 or 3 wins and you think, oh, they won't go for this trade, did you try? Did you throw 3 or 4 offers at them? Did you try it last week but haven't tried it this week when they're staring 3 wins in the face and now maybe Lamb doesn't play? Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, but now you can buy him low. Go get him, go get him, go get him. Christian McCaffrey, 21-day window, practice window opened. He was at practice. And I know a lot of Niner fans are really excited about this. And let me see if I can find that. I have a graphic here somewhere of him running around. And I know everybody's ultra excited about the way Christian McCaffrey jogged on the field today. There's still very much a chance he plays and still very much a chance he doesn't play in Week 10. And if the news breaks that he's not playing Week 10, which that could slowly progress throughout the week, what happens to Jordan Mason's value again? What happens to Garendo? One of the two is going to start. Maybe Jordan Mason can't play. And then Garendo is starting and has a top 5 running back game. This is why I'm absolutely just, I don't know, taken aback by the absolutely ridiculous decisions of some people to drop Mason and Garendo and walk away from this thing as if it wasn't what it was preseason. Mason and Garendo were league winners when I came in and said, you want to win a league? Maybe consider grabbing Mason and Garendo when you don't even own Christian McCaffrey. How did that turn out for us? I think pretty damn well.
Let him cook.
Pretty damn well. Now we're back in a similar boat, full circle, where this guy's coming back, and this is me speculating on some practice footage here. He's running like he's got shin splints. He's not running like he's super ultra aggressive, cutting massively. I know it's his first practice being back out there, but he has jogged a little bit. He has tried this out, but he does run as though he's got shin splints, like that bilateral Achilles tendonitis. It screws with the entire bottom of your leg. And he's got one leg more than the other, but both of them. He doesn't look like he's out there just cutting left and right. There's a little bit of work that needs to be done before he can go out there and take even half of the volume. There might be a case for a week or two where Mason or Garendo, that's why both are needed because Mason is banged up, but one of these guys could get 70% of the work in week number 10 and 11. We don't know. Christian McCaffrey, is there also a scenario where Christian McCaffrey plays, scores 2 or 3 touchdowns in back-to-back games in week 10 and 11? Of course, that reality does exist, but it's a much bigger stretch to occur. And like I've said, if they rush him out there, he could tear his Achilles tendon like that. And for anybody that says he's not more likely to tear his Achilles tendon just because he has bilateral Achilles tendonitis, don't listen to him. That's my opinion. Because that is ridiculous. And I can't believe some people are peddling that out there. Listen to your fake Dr. Smitty, who doesn't have an MD, doesn't have any medical training, has a psych degree, but brings 23 plus years of medical evaluation as it relates to fantasy football to the table. We've been pretty damn good on injuries all year long. Trust me when I say there's concern for re-injury, especially the speed at which they could or maybe not bring him back at. So we'll have more on this one, but make sure Garendo and Mason are not on waivers. It's ridiculous. This here is great news. A.J. Brown, who left Sunday's game with a knee injury, avoided they were thinking maybe there's a serious injury, but he avoided anything serious. Good news, but here's the other thing too, though. This guy was hampered, limping, walking to the locker room with a very apparent knee injury, very painful knee injury that took him out of the game. There's a reason his knee suffered pain. There's something going on in the knee. This isn't one of those, oh, he escaped it, he's now 100%. He either has some sort of partial meniscus issue that's going to require cleanup on aisle 5. How much do you want to bet that this guy has a knee scope in the offseason, and the likelihood of us hearing about it months later is very likely, because that's how this has happened in the past. A.J. Brown has had under the radar knee cleanups, and we find out about him later. He has a long list of knee injuries. And I love A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown and I used to go live once in off season on Instagram, and we didn't last year. It is what it is. But A.J. Brown has tremendous risk of tearing one of, a part of his meniscus. There's no way he's walking out into week number 10 and beyond with no risk of some sort of injury. You don't just have a little bit of knee pain that almost takes you out to where you're almost suffering a severe knee injury, unless he had some sort of knee sprain, which he may or may not have had. But I'm guessing there's something at the meniscus level, because that's what this guy is constantly struggling with. So I'm going to tell you, without any sort of evidence at all, that my assessment is there's still a significant amount of injury risk here. Would I buy him still? Let me give you the confidence level of me wanting to take the risk. Yes. I would. I would still buy him. I would still buy him. Would I buy him at the right price only? Yes. Would I buy him high? No. Would I buy him medium high? No. Would I buy him medium rare? Maybe. Would I do some 2-for-2 creative trade? Sure. If I own him, would I hold him? Yes. Would I sell him high? Yes. Would I sell him low? No. Would I sell him medium? No. I'd take the gamble if I own him. I'd take the gamble if I could buy him low or anything close to medium. I would not buy him high. There is some panic level, and I do not want all my eggs in one basket as it relates to A.J. Brown. Devontae Smith, he has a little bit of increased value. Go forward for me, because I do fear that A.J. Brown has a little bit of injury risk moving forward. It's not a ton. It's not a guarantee, but there's something going on with his knee that took him out of the game to where they thought there was an issue. Okay, and that tells me there's something going on. Jalen McMillan is inactive, as is Mike Evans for this Monday Night Football game. This is a Monday Night Kickoff show as well. Zach Moss again out indefinitely, which means Chase Brown is going to mother freaking Saturn.
To Saturn.
Mars. Definitely the moon. He started off the season on the moon.
To the moon.
And dare I say, this is one of the better calls of the year for the Fantasy Football Show, because this guy looked like he wasn't going to deliver in weeks 1 and 2. We felt almost dumbfounded by the amount of hype that I put out there on this man. He did nothing. He got kind of demoted, pushed down the depth chart, even though it looked like all offseason he was running with the ones. He was out there doing big things in practice. And then all of a sudden kickoff happens to Zach Moss. And now Zach Moss is out indefinitely. Chase Brown's been scoring touchdowns and looking phenomenal, even with Zach Moss in play. And now Zach Moss is not in play. This man is the lone survivor in the backfield, and he's going to be doing good things. So Chase Brown to the mother freaking moon. Drake London is undergoing tests, or he did undergo tests. He's going to be day to day. We'll have more updates on Drake London. That's an old clipping there. But Drake London is definitely somebody we need to monitor, but there's at least some good news in that it doesn't feel like he's going to be out for a significant amount of time or anything like that. And just to pull up something on Drake London just to make sure, I actually, I don't know if I can screenshot and send this in enough time, because I got to get to this news before I'll just read it to you. But the latest was that he's day to day with the hip pointer. Exactly what I just said. There's nothing new at all, really, other than we're going to watch this. At least it's not week to week. If it was week to week, we'd be expecting him to miss week number 10. Bears are not going to replace Shane Waldron at this moment, which means Bears, bad football Bears are going to continue until they get rid of this horrible offensive coordinator that I warned the world about in the offseason. This is Raheem Morris calling day-to-day on Drake London. There's that piece of news. I guess I did have it after all. Keon Coleman will find out more on his wrist and situation. But this is, it really does come down to, on this show, the Dak Prescott out for multiple games. We don't know how long. Could he be placed on IR? Now, what's that mean for his value in the hold sense? We said I'd hold him, right? We'd hold him. We'd sell him high. We wouldn't sell him medium. We'd buy him medium low, medium rare maybe. And that's because I do believe Cooper Rush will get him the football. I think Cooper Rush is going to be different than, let's say, how Tyreek's been playing with his backup quarterbacks. I think it will be a very different situation. So whatever quarterback ends up throwing to him, regardless as the weeks progress too. If Dak's out 4 weeks, I think Cooper Rush will figure out a way to get CeeDee Lamb in the 100-yard territory, maybe doesn't have the touchdown. He has 9 receptions, 14 targets, doesn't pull them all in because they're Cooper Rush footballs. But Cooper Rush is capable of getting this man 100 yards, no touchdowns, 9 receptions. Or 6 receptions, 1 tutty, and 82 yards. I don't think there's a problem here. I still worry a little bit about this situation in general. But certainly capable CeeDee Lamb of still balling out. Let me hit these supers before we run out of time. Should I trade Devontae Smith for Debo? I would take Debo coming off the bye, no Ayuk. Look, Debo's phenomenal. Trade Mike Jacobs and Ingram for Puka and Laporta. I'd take Puka and Laporta pretty easily. Trade Monty, Jacobs, Higgins for Kyron and Debo. Only if you like winning, do that trade. Kelsey or Otten tonight. I'm going to go with Kelsey. A PPR trade Achane or Kamara for Breece Hall. I would trade Kamara for Breece Hall, not Achane. Should I trade Walker for BTJ? Walker and BTJ for Achane. I'd take Achane. Trade JD5 for Dell. JD5 and Dell for Amon-Ra. I would take Amon-Ra. But if your quarterback is going to be, I guess I'd take Nix and Amon-Ra in that situation. Who do I drop to get CMC off my IR spot? These are my bench guys: Christian Watson, Juwan Jennings, Jalen Wright, and Garendo. Probably, I guess Watson or Jennings. Jennings could have some good value though. Right if you don't have Achane, but I think you do have Achane, so you definitely gotta potentially look to drop Achane. Appreciate you. Swanson, trade Chase Brown for Debo. I'd probably take, I think they're equal. If you need a wide receiver, I like Debo. If you need a running back, I like Chase Brown. I think Chase Brown has that kind of value. Trade Cooper Kupp Murray for Debo Burrow. Cooper Kupp Murray for Debo. I'd take Debo Burrow. Debo's close enough to Cooper Kupp. Burrow's light years ahead of Kyler right now. Just light years ahead. Thanks for the running back advice. Saquon Achane went 1 and 2. Great job, Christo. What a phenomenal job. Game has just begun. I think I've got all these super chats out of the way here. Let me just make sure. Nick's, should I trade Walker and BT for Achane? I answered that one. The Don, maybe I didn't do the Don's question here. I think that's the only one I haven't got to. Don, appreciate you. Kamara, Breece, Otten. Okay, I think I got them all. Smitty, you the man. All my fantasy teams are killing thanks to you and your channel. Anyway, someone offered me Derrick Henry for Dell and Chase Brown. Take Derrick Henry and run, Don. This is more greatness that you're going to be coming back here and celebrating. Great job. Go do that trade. Execute it now. Hey, Smitty, 14-team PPR. Have Kyler, Lamb, London, Lamb. Got 2 Lambs. Nakua, Evans, McBride, Ferguson, JT, Hunt, CMC, Chase Brown. About a 9-yard play there. It's going to be 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1. Chiefs marching. 45 seconds into the game. This is a good team. Brooks worried about QB, trying Lamb and JT for Nico and Hall. I would love that. Lamb and JT for Nico and Hall. I would love that. Let me know if that happens. If not, I'm very interested in getting Breece Hall still. I think first down by Kareem Hunt. I think maybe you even explore. You could explore. Man, you could go like Chase Brown and Lamb for Jamar Chase and something small, for JJ and something small, for Nico and something small. I love Chase Brown. You could explore that. Chubb or Brooks, more preferably, I'd throw them into deals versus throwing Chase Brown in there. But you have to get something back. And if you were to do, let's say, a JT and Brooks, or JT and Chase Brown, or even Kelsey catching a 12-yard pass there from Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes looking good, striking at will so far. So far, looking really, really solid. Christian McCaffrey for Breece Hall. What if you trade Christian McCaffrey for Breece Hall? What if you gave up Hunt? What if you gave up potentially Chase Brown and got something back? What if you gave up Ferguson? What if you use McBride to get Breece Hall? What if you use McBride to upgrade quarterback and you roll with Ferguson? I'm not saying I love that, but it's something, an avenue to take given how good Hunt getting a nice little carry there, okay? Given how good both of them are. Like Ferguson, you just got more trade value with McBride right now that he popped off. I would look to maybe go get a Kyler upgrade using McBride, or go get Breece Hall using McBride and Chase Brown, using maybe JT into Breece Hall, using Hunt, or maybe Ferguson. Like McBride, if you maybe get something back in that. Stoke, appreciate you. Mooney and Javonte Williams for Mixon. Come on. That's not real. That's fairy dust. That's pixie dust. That doesn't exist. There's no one giving you Mixon for Mooney and Javonte. If you pull that off, we quit our jobs and we come work for you. That would be the biggest lambasting of a lifetime. The way Mixon's playing right now. Need 12 points from Palmer without McMillan. Okay, well, we'll be rooting for you, Rock Out. That's a tall order, but maybe if we laugh at it, it'll come true, because that's the way fantasy works. Achane or Gibbs rest of season. Probably, I don't know, tied. Dynasty, give me Gibbs. Kelsey ripping him off. There's another 12, 13-yard gain to Kelsey. Mahomes is just shredding the defense here at will. This feels like a throwing game. This feels like a touchdown game. Okay, Achane or Gibbs rest of season. In Dynasty, I lean Gibbs. In redraft, I feel like it's just dead even. I want both of them. There's pros and cons to both. There just is. There's no real way to quantify this or break it down. Mahomes throwing a dime to Worthy. Oh, he's down to the one. Why couldn't he reach in the end zone? Worthy, what are you doing? Oh, it's a great play, though. What a great play. What a great play. Getting a rip of this 46 yards in one toss. Oh, please have your feet down. Oh, he's in. Oh, he's almost in. He's almost in the end zone. So, he might be on the line. Yeah, they might call that out. They might call that. They might pull that back. Incomplete. Ah, damn. Damn. Worthy, come on. Worry about your feet, bro. I realize it's tougher than it looks, but you're an NFL player. Your only goal when you're catching the ball should be just let me shove my feet in bounds, dangle them around. I don't understand how players are not more aware of just getting their feet in. What are they he's pitter-pattering backwards. Oh, damn it. Stay in the balls of your feet or something, what are you doing? How do you not do that? How do you not try? Let's try it again. Let's get it back to him, see if we can do it live. Dead even. I'm not going to even answer this, Buck. It's dead even in redraft. But I'd say Gibbs a little bit in it's a great question. All right. Mahomes slinging it out to Hopkins wearing the number 8. Okay, it's third down. Come on, Mahomes. You can do this. You can overcome this absolute easy cakewalk of a reception that Worthy blew. But I still, Worthy's looking open. They're using him. They're throwing it to him. Damn it, Worthy. All right. Mahomes in the gun. Worthy in motion. Cuts back to the left again. After working to the right, Mahomes drops back. Plenty of time. Scrambles around. Takes a sack. Chase Brown going to Pluto. That's only because you don't own him. Hargis. You just wish you did. You didn't listen to me, so you're sending him to Pluto. Unless you think Pluto is better than Saturn, which it's not. Oh, man. That sucks. Damn it, Worthy. Not only was that a great play for just scoring, but that ripped off a big chunk of that. Jeez. There's nothing more frustrating than penalties and ridiculous feet on the line. All right. Number one, Pluto's a tiny planet compared to Saturn. It's more about size, my boy. It's the truth of the matter. It's basically about size. You got to send somebody to a cold, distant dwarf planet that is not a actual recognized planet in Pluto, or you got to send someone to Saturn. And understand that Jupiter, we got 2025 coming. That's all I'm going to say. God, Mahomes does look good, though. Smitty, why with the Demont? Smitty, with Demont signing an extension, does that devalue Gibbs? Why would that devalue Gibbs? Like, DeMonte played on the team. He still was going to play on the team. Like, it doesn't change anything. Does paying somebody make them get more carries? Like, it's wild. And this is why I said, and you know, you asking this is good because other people think it. But like I said, when Monty signed that extension, go buy Gibbs. Why would anybody sell Gibbs? Because of this. This affects thinking. It affects people in the way that they think and operate. When they hear somebody's getting paid money, they think, oh, they must love him. Even though it didn't change anything. Everything was already in motion to be in motion. There's nothing that changes based on, okay, let's make his check bigger. They're still giving Monty carries. No one wants Gibbs getting 500 carries. Bro, the Lions are going to run 500 to 559 times a season. What's half of 500? Let's just say 500. What's half of 500? 250. Does anybody want Gibbs getting even 250 carries? No. You don't want Gibbs getting 250 carries, 250 touches, sure. So you got to understand somebody, do you want Monty getting 250? Probably not. Neither running back should get half of the amount of carries that the Lions run in a given season. Like, you got to think of it like that. Monty needs 220 carries a game because Gibbs, you want getting about 200, 205, 220 max. You've got a surplus of 50 to 100 extra carries. You know, none of it should concern anybody. Gibbs is better with Monty than by himself. That's the wildest part about it all. It's crazy to me. Now, during seasons, do we get excited? Like if Monty was out for 4 weeks, will we come in here and sound the alarm and ring the bell? Not for celebrating injury, but on the side of just celebrating the opportunity that is going to be afforded. Nice little first down catch, reception by Rachaad White. Yeah, we're going to come in and celebrate. Not injury, we're going to celebrate the positive side of the scenario of Gibbs getting multiple, games of starter touches. But they're still going to run other backs. It's not really going to change too much. They're just going to give Gibbs a lot more of the grunt work, which is going to lower his efficiency, increase his likelihood of injury, but probably give him more production, for a while. But you don't want that on the course of the season necessarily. It's funny though that people think that we want Gibbs as the lone back. We don't. Nobody should want that. You don't want Look at Achane. How much Achane is better with Mostert? Is anybody complaining because Mostert's there and healthy? No. Mostert is in his role now. If Mostert Mostert is in his role. Achane's in his role thriving. If Mostert went down tomorrow, I'm more worried than I am excited. Like, everyone needs to understand that. Speaking of which, does Chase Brown get the same volume going forward? Of course he does. The same volume you just saw him get. And they also need to run other players. They can't just give everything to Chase Brown. Baker back to throw. launches a ball. Oh, that was intercepted but dropped by Reed. Reed had it in his kung fu grip. Baker shakes it off as Taylor's in the crowd. Shake it off, Baker. Baker, shake it off, Maker. All right, here we go. And granted, this guy's rolling with very, very limited options. All right, it's going to be 3rd and 8. Baker in the gun. It looks like Bucky. No, that's Rashad White to his right. Bucky might be on the field as well. They run with both of them a lot. Rashad White tipped pass, incomplete. This is going to be a punt. It's going to be a KC football again. Let's redo what we tried to do last drive. Let's get into the end zone. Let's get a Patty Mahomes touchdown strike. Let's get a Worthy redo. Let's have Worthy run the ball for 40 yards along the right side on an end around or a jet sweep. Let's get Worthy a big play and get his confidence up. Worthy's an exciting kid. They love him. They don't hold things against him as a rookie. They just want to give him more work. I love that about the Chiefs. I love that about Andy Reid. I love that about Worthy's role. This punt is a nice one down to about the 18, 17-yard line. He trips. Hardman trips. Oh, nice run back. Down the right sideline. He goes all the way to about the 49-yard line. And he looks hurt. The return man known as Mecole Hardman is out of service. I need 4 points from McLaughlin, says Keegan. Okay. All right, we're gonna end up calling it here after this drive. We'll come back for a recap, a little bit of a recap, but mostly be here for a buy low show. I think tonight will be the buy low show. That was a nice return. Travis says, I like Gibbs slightly more, but you can't go wrong with either. Yeah, look, Gibbs and Achane, you can't. They're phenomenal players. They're phenomenal players.
Achane.
He's Kyron.
Achane.
He's Kyron.
Achane.
He's Kyron. He's
I mean, how do you decide? When I show you that, what tickles your fancy more? Let me ask. Drop an Achane emoji if it's Achane. Drop a Kyron emoji if it's Kyron. And we're talking about Gibbs, aren't we? Sorry. I'm gravitating toward Kyron. My fault. Okay. Drop a Gibbs emoji if it's Gibbs. Drop an Achane emoji if it's Achane. Ready? Here we go.
Achane. 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 Achane.
Gibbs or Achane, drop your favorite emoji to represent who you are, Team Achane or Team Gibbs, but you can drop both. Like me, I'd drop both emojis side by side. Well, there goes Mecole Hardman. It was fun while it lasted, Mecole. Good return. He's injured, but he's walking upstairs and going to the locker room. Did he tear his knee up? What's going on there? Is it a high ankle? It's either a high ankle or a knee injury, but I can't hear. So, all right, let's go. Mahomie in the gun. I like this. Worthy in the backfield, in motion into the backfield. Is this going to be a handoff to Worthy? I like it. I like the way they think. Fake handoff, fake pitch, fake handoff, then fake pitch. Thrown to Hopkins, 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Andy Reid looks like he just downed about a 12-piece of nuggies, and he's ready to play call. He's coming to play call tonight. He's not messing around. His stomach is full. He's not thinking about food or burgers. He's ready to rumble. Mahomes, I love Mahomes in the gun right now. Probably a draw play. No, fake. Hopkins. About, 10 to 15 yard reception. First down. Mahomes is cooking. Mahomes is cooking. Okay. Mahomes in the gun. This could be the real draw play. It is. About 4 or 5 yards. Nice. Very nice. Hopkins is huge. He's huge for Mahomes. Yeah, I think Hopkins is going to get better and better. He's looking pretty good, too. He looks spry. I don't think this is a thing where he's, like, too old. I think he's got a lot of gas left in the tank. He just needed a good place. Mahomes scrambles for a first down like it's nothing. Slides, 10-yard, boom. No, 7, about an 8-yard gain. Mahomes just magical. Oh, Smitty, you drop him. He's garbage. By far the greatest quarterback in the NFL right now. This is not a question. Now, fantasy-wise, he's getting back on the saddle. He's trying to tell you that right now. Kelsey in motion to the left. Hunt in the backfield. Pitch to Hunt to the left. Handoff to Worthy on an end around. Worthy. Oh, no! That was just too much. There was too much going on there. Worthy should have kept going, though. I mean, Mahomes didn't get the block in time, but... Jeez. That's horrible. That's horrible for the yardage. Second, and look at Hopkins continuing to catch pass after pass. God, that's horrible for the yardage on this higher. What a 10 deficit. Kentucky says stupid KC mistakes. They're not stupid KC mistakes. They're 7-0, bro. Come on. All right, empty backfield. Hunt back. In motion. Back to Mahomes' right. In the gun still. Mahomes throws it to Hunt on a little... Oh, come on. Little screen pass. It's not going to get you the first down. Damn it. Yeah, I mean, to a degree, I agree with some of what you're saying, guys. I just Andy Reid also makes some amazing calls that work out, but that was definitely a wild one. Butker, please report to the scoreboard. 3-0, 2 minutes and 16 seconds left in the game, in the first quarter. I'll see you all after for a recap show. Appreciate every single one of you.